for years. Wonders science, wonders not, 'cause he's a very grumpy bot.
So, Legacy United Wave 1 was a little underwhelming. Out of the release bots, I only ended up getting Windblade and Magnius, both of whom were decent, but neither really blew my dick off. I even wrote a whole episode for Windblade, but her rampant mediocrity just drained the life out of me. She's just a robotic Mary Sue, like Rey from Star Wars, that also happens to turn into a stubby VTOL jet, isn't she? I like my women to be a bit on the thicker side, if you know what I mean. I only got Magnius for his stupid Flintstones SUV alt mode, and while it is indeed gloriously ridiculous, his weaponizer gimmick is straight up garbage compared to the Legacy Evolution Junkions. Anyway, Legacy United Wave 2 is now here, and it contains two of my most wanted bots of the year, namely Origin Wheeljack and Gears. Did these two manage to step out of the rampant mediocrity of Wave 1? Will I actually be able to finish this review before being drowned by apathy and existential ennui? Will this rash go away by itself? Let's have a look. Let's start with Origin's Wheeljack. I've been harping on about how much I've wanted this guy from the very start of the channel. In fact, ever since Origin's Bumblebee was released in 2021, fans have been hungrily calling out for this version of Wheeljack, so it's safe to say he was highly anticipated. Wheeljack was the very first Transformer to appear on screen in the G1 cartoon, emerging from a dark shaft in Cybertron, which he and Bumblebee had descended in the hope of finding some hot, illicit rod action. Bumblebee then proceeded to jam his long rods right up Wheeljack's back entrance before the pair were caught in the act by some Seekers. Disgusted at the Autobot pair, the Seekers then tried to run them off the road and succeeded in shooting off one of Bumblebee's wheels. In order to save his friend, Wheeljack opened his back door wider than he had ever done before and let Bumblebee slide deep, deep inside him. With Bumblebee safely tucked away in Wheeljack's hindquarters, the two boys managed to escape. Lovely stuff. I've already made a video on my love of Wheeljack, link in the description. He's been one of my favourites since I was a wee fella, so there's no chance I wasn't getting this. But should someone with as bad taste as yourself pick up Origin Wheeljack? Yes, you should. Let's start with robot mode. Instantly, you can see a lot of kibble on the boy. Wheeljack's calves are absolutely swole, making it look like our Autobot scientist is suffering from some kind of Cybertronian elephantitis. Plus, this backpack is huge. It's like Wheeljack is carrying a kitchen sink on his back, especially so if you store these two accessories that look like taps. Although he's definitely kibble heavy, Origin Wheeljack still manages to retain decent articulation, and most importantly, he still gives off the right vibe for the character. Considering the heft and sheer chunkitude of what he becomes, Hasbro have done a bang-up job condensing everything down to a bot this size. Origin Wheeljack really feels like a sequel to Origin Bumblebee. Both bots essentially have their alt modes folded up on their legs and backs, but neither let that get in the way of their functionality in robot mode. What a great pair of fellas. The smaller details in Origin Wheeljack are also worth a wee shout out. This head sculpt is just about perfect. I mean, it's just the same as the Earthrise one, but with nicer shades of grey and these beautiful blue eyes. His faux chest detail is also on point, with these strong greens and reds. Wheeljack comes with his signature shoulder cannon, which also looks good as a handheld gun, but that's not how it was in the show, so we won't be doing that. This is definitely more accurate than the wee chode version that came with Earthrise Wheeljack. Wheeljack's signature backpack wing things have also been included, but they're unfortunately done in white plastic. Having these in silver would have made me very happy, but you can't have everything, I suppose. I mean, I'd also like to nestle into 1980s Judy Finnegan's ample bosom, curl up into the fetal position and be soothed into a peaceful, worryless sleep, the type of which I haven't enjoyed since childhood, before I knew the true horror of this putrid existence. How we're slowly rotting in these disgusting, bleeding and secreting flesh prisons we call bodies. How we're cursed with the knowledge of our own inevitable demise, with no hope of stopping the relentless march of time. Of how we're all scrambling about, blind in the dark, searching for something, anything, to fill the awful emptiness of this pointless and uncaring existence. I guess having these in white isn't too much of a problem after all. Overall, Origin's Wheeljack is quite an impressive robot mode, despite the excess baggage he comes with. The main event here though, definitely is Wheeljack's alt mode. Look at this thing, it's huge. This may be the closest we get to proper mass shifting outside of mastering quantum mechanics and fully understanding the exotic materials used by UAPs. Where's the disclosure, NASA? Compare this to Earthrise Wheeljack's alt mode. It's dwarfed by this boxy Cybertronian van. What a wee marvel of toy engineering. The details are slightly off from Wheeljack's more rounded depiction in the pilot episode, but this is still most impressive. There's loads of neat wee details here. I love how Wheeljack's arms fold up to be this bumper, and this green clear plastic looks amazing. It's not in any place where it's likely to be stressed, so nothing should snap off. Unlike fucking Origin Jazz, I knew these big clear tabs were going to snap off. Absolute bastard. Another reason why the clear plastic works so well is because amazingly, Wheeljack can put down his back ramp and accommodate Origin Bumblebee fully in his rear cavity. You do have to fold Bumblebee up slightly, but this is awesome. Look, you can see Bumblebee through Wheeljack's windscreen. Magnificent! Wheeljack comes with a few accessories that help him truly recreate every aspect of that scene in the pilot. The aforementioned tap accessories become as wee fans that blew out the ring of fire Bumblebee and him were trapped in, and you also get a blast shield that slots snugly over his windscreen. Just don't let Hasbro fool you. This is neither a set of wings in robot mode nor a section of road. I'm willing to stretch my imagination, but come the fuck on. Overall, I'm very impressed with Origin Wheeljack. I hope they keep the Origin line going. I mean, I know I'd buy a lamppost Soundwave. How about some proper jaggy Tetrajets? Hasbro would be guaranteed to sell that mould over and over in every colour of the spectrum to irresponsible idiots like me. Let's move on to Gears. I was impressed by Wheeljack, but this wee grumpy sausage is on another level. Outside of Missing Link Prime, this might just be my pick for Bot of the Year. Why did Hasbro feel the need to go so hard on this fella? I mean, Gears of all Transformers. A bot so surly and obnoxious, he was unrecognisable to his friends when he was actually being nice for a change. I'm not complaining, this Gears should be the standard bearer for all mini-bots going forward. Come on and give us Power Glide, Hasbro. So why do I think Gears is so good? Have a look at the level of articulation going on here. Gears has every joint you could think of, including shoulder butterfly joints and bicep swivel. Take a look at that Studio Series Shockwave, you purple prick. Even his comedically huge head has a great range of movement somehow. I always thought this massive bonce would be fused to his body like someone wearing that mad frame thing after breaking their neck, but this articulation works very well. On the reverse of Gears' head, there's even a big M for Microchange, the toy line that the mini-bots originally came from. What a geeky wee detail. That defo moistened my pussy. There's loads of other wee intricate details in Gears. Chief amongst them would be that you can lift up his chest plate and see his insides. It's just like a Spotlight episode, Changing Gears, where Megatron stole one of Gears' personality components to use in a mad space laser or something and temporarily turned Gears into a nice wee fella. Great attention to detail. A wee bit of silver paint in here would have made it even better, but once again, you can't have everything, can you? I don't need to go into the whole Judy Finnegan thing again, do I? Gears' robot mode is looking absolutely top notch, from the bang on cinder block head sculpt to his wee square red wellies. He does have a bit of a backpack, but that's accurate to the cartoon. His massive head does unclip his backpack if you turn it to the side, but everything does manage to stay in place quite well regardless. Gears has amazing fiddle ability. I just can't stop picking him up and messing about with him and putting him in different poses. I can't stress enough how good his articulation is. Gears is a perfect wee bot to keep in your desk or by the toilet if you fancy a quick transformation whilst you squeeze out a difficult poop. Speaking of transformation, Gears is a joy to flip back and forth. I love how these sections of the pickup's roof store in his feet, and the fact that his wheels fold away so cleanly. You can even do a hover car mode like Back to the Future. This pickup looks pretty good, eh? It's really dinky and cute. I love that the headlights have been picked out in yellow and these animation accurate sky blue windows. The wheels are a bit skinny. They look more like they belong to Chip's wheelchair than a fuel guzzling pickup truck. I really don't know what's going on at the back as well. I mean, these are obviously just robot feet. It would have been good if the feet tabbed together to make the back look more cohesive. I don't think this will be anyone's favourite alt mode, but it does the job. It holds together much better than Studio Series 86 Brawn, although I think he has a slightly more aesthetically pleasing alt mode. At this size, and considering how good the robot mode is, this wee pickup is perfectly acceptable. So it's safe to say I'd recommend these two. Both Wheeljack and Gears will stand out as highlights in the 2024 line. Apart from Studio Series 86 Swoop, there's not any bots coming this year that I'm super looking forward to. Legacy United Wave 3 looks a bit lackluster. Armada Galvatron is just going to be a redeco of Armada Megatron, and I have no idea who Vector Prime is. I'm glad Hasbro are reusing the G-Axis mold, but I'd rather he'd used it for Thunderwing, or, someone with a bit more name value than bloody Vector Prime. Surely there's at least one figure worth looking forward to in this historic 40th year of the Transformers franchise. Let's just check out the latest Pulse stream. What? Studio Series 86 Bumblebee? Lord Straxus? Yes, please. Oh yeah, I forgot about Studio Series 86 Commander Optimus Prime as well. I cannot wait. I know I've already got about 50 Optimi, but surely this will be the definitive version. If he does turn out just to be a repaint of the Earthrise Prime, I will lose my shit, like Ken Shamrock used to in the wrestling, and let out a scream like this pug. Anyway, you guys have a great night. Catch you later.
Like, subscribe, and tell your dad. Like, subscribe, and tell your dad. Like, subscribe, and tell your dad.